Bingo.
And I just stole the fish. Good morning guys, so Babyface checking in for day one of the cut. So pretty much I've decided that I'm gonna get lean for the Bali trip that we have coming up. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys my day one routine of what I'm doing to get absolutely diced beyond belief. Probably not that lean, but still. This cardio circuit is cooked. Me and Joel did this probably the first time last month and it absolutely fucked us. Also guys, how cool is this? By the way, this is a little door, like a rug, that one of our guys got us, Tom, who makes our graphics. Slouch Peach guy. I feel like we could sell these, like these are actually sick. Looks like I'm filming a documentary about your life.
And then I get up and I go gym. Never-ending cycle.
This is what we call Gordio.
Getting the Gordio in.
Getting that Gordio. Joel's got this bet he's got with himself where he's not going to shave his chest at all until he's shredded.
I either go into summer hairy and fat,
Yeah.
or I go into summer shredded.
Best. Yeah, it's actually pretty smart. I'm going to do the same.
Morning.
Morning. Shit. We are going to do a big circuit. This is kind of like entering CrossFit territory, but it's going to kill for a reason. So we're going to do assault bike, around 20 calories on that, then rowing machine, 350 meters, and then the ski erg, 350 meters. Brutal. We usually would do a about 20, probably 15 to 20 minute walk on the treadie first, just to warm up, but they were taken, so we're like, we'll just jump straight into it. Whatever cardio you want to do, doesn't matter. Whatever's consistent, really. This is a method of burning calories, and this makes us like feel really awake, and it's just like jacks up your kind of like all your hormones, you just feel really good. So we're gonna do this, but if you do too much of it, you kind of fuck yourself and your training goes downhill. So it's a balance. You guys be the judge of it. Let's get into it. Yeah, a bit of more than I could chew.
Bingo.
That's what the cardio machine says to me.
Get off the ski erg. Ding ding. Bingo. And you go, whoa. Oh, all I've seen the last 24 hours of you is pure hell. Sales goals till midnight. I'm doing cardio. Oh, bingo.
A great sesh. So that went well. Usually it's not like that. That completely fucked the morning up. I thought I was up for like a good start to the day. This makes us like feel really awake. You just feel really good. And then yeah, it didn't work out at all. I should have cut that whole thing out of the video because it's sending the worst message about cardio. Usually I would recommend doing whatever cardio you actually can get done, like realistically and are willing to do. For me, that oftentimes is either one of those lovely workouts, but maybe just not as hard. Maybe I just went a little bit too hard, then I pushed it too much. I think my diaphragm acted weird and spasmed, that's why I felt sick. But usually it's either that or just like 20 to 30 minutes of incline walking. I think that's easy to maintain for me. And if I go outside and walk, I'll just double it or a bit more. So I think like in terms of calorie expenditure, 20 to 30 minutes incline walking would be about 45 to an hour plus of walking on the flat. The beauty of high intensity workouts like that style, if you don't vomit yourself to death, is that apparently the afterburn effect is a little bit higher. So yeah, that's cardio. That's cardio done, which is great. Now I have a very busy day today. This has been super stressful. I've got a lot of things going on, which is good. It's really good. I have this Bali trip that I'm organizing and planning. So I'm taking calls pretty much all week, this week and next week, finalizing the Bali trip. So what we're doing is Lewis Young and myself are taking a bunch of legends. So far, the people that have signed up, the guys that have signed up so far are absolute legends. I'm really, really excited. But we're taking people to Bali to pretty much provide a 1 week retreat of like a transformation of their lives, whether they want to get better at their fitness and change their bodies and learn everything they need to know, or they want to progress in their business or do online coaching, all these things. We're pretty much giving people access to 1 week with us, having fun in luxury and trying to provide an experience of a lifetime. So we're just trying to really nail it and get it right and make sure the right people are coming. So if you guys are interested, there's probably last minute now, of a little like application form I'll leave here. But yeah, it's been crazy that, and then among other things too, I've got my book coming out in a month. So effectively this cut is for Bali. And then I just got to worry about the other commitments like my book. I mean, it would be nice to be lean when my book comes out. Maybe, I don't know. And also I'm launching a few other little projects too. So it's good. There's a lot of things going on. There's a reason to be lean now. Also, look what arrived here. Delivery from EHP. Couple of Prides. OxyShred cans. These, I'm telling you, are so good if you guys haven't tried these. I really enjoy these for just like an appetite suppression. I'll have just one of these energy drinks. It's about 100 milligrams, 120 milligrams of caffeine, I believe. And they're really good for appetite suppression and they just taste amazing, not too sweet. So you guys can get this with Zac Perna at ehplabs.com, or just try the powdered version if you like. And if you like that, maybe you can get the cans. I should probably talk about my food routine. So I enjoy fasting. It makes fat loss easy for me because I find it easier to not eat for a period of time and then eat. My appetite gets used to it and it makes life very easy. So I'll show you what we're cooking today. When I was in Brisbane with Izzy last week, she took me to her dad's Thai restaurant. He's a chef, and he taught me how to make some seriously good Thai curries and stir fries. So I'm sorry, but I will be revealing the recipe. So I'm sorry, Panu. I know you trusted me and you didn't expect this to go on YouTube, but this is what we're doing. You're gonna need some of this. Kind of forget, I'm kind of winging it a little bit. Slice up the chicken, air fry it, slice up the veg, stir fry it all together, add all the sauces, which is the curry paste, fish sauce, soy sauce, maybe some lime leaves. And hopefully this tastes good. If it doesn't, I'll be very embarrassed. Okay, now I'm just having a little bit of rice here. My approach to cutting is usually a bit more of an aggressive one. So if you wanted to lose weight sustainably over a long period of time and do it properly, you should do it really slowly, incrementally. But I know my body pretty well, so I can cut quite aggressively, quickly, and the world's okay and I'm fine. I don't really experience many negative repercussions. So my calories today are probably going to be lower than what you guys would be used to, but I've done this many times, and this is what works for my body. Really good.
One's on the left here?
Yeah.
Easy done.
So that as a cutting meal is actually heaven. Because you can just add as much veg as you want.
Yeah, you could have more veggies than this, I reckon. Really good. Makes me want to eat broccoli.
Yeah, I know. It actually makes broccoli taste good as. I swear I'm going to go through a full Thai eating phase now. Now that I can cook a couple of dishes like half right. Heaven. It's a quick shake. A couple scoops of isopep. Strawberry tastes so good. Today's been a bit hectic with just work from here. So I kind of forgot to eat. So it's like 5 p.m. now. So I thought I need to have something, then I need to go to the shops and get some shit for dinner. So I'm currently debating what I want. Usually the dinner meal is gonna be any kind of meat, relatively lean, relatively now. When I was bulking, I would just get like fatty cuts of meat. Like if it was chicken, it was always chicken thighs. I'll still have salmon all the time because the omegas, but I would get fatty cuts of steak and just have that like it's going out of fashion. But now I am pulling that in a little bit, so either I'll get like a lean red meat or I'll get some kind of fish. Lately, I've been really loving barramundi. Barramundi, rice, fish and a rice cake.
I'll have fish and a rice cake.
That's what reminds me of. Then in the morning I'll have fish, and in the afternoon I'll have fish, then fish and a rice cake, then fish and a rice cake.
I'll train, I'll have me fish, I'll come home, have some more fish with a rice cake, and then have some fish before I go to bed.
Fish.
And then that's it for the day.
And that's my life now. Let's get this fish. I just walked out of the shop with the fish still in my hand. Like, I didn't scan it. And I just stole the fish. And then I got about 4 steps out and went, fuck. And then I went back in there, paid for the fish again. What would you guys do? Would you have just walked out? Self-serve. No, they could have let me walk, but I just couldn't steal the fish. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a night. Teach a man to steal a fish, he eats for free. That's what I always say. For those who don't know, by the way, this is our brand of pajamas, slash potato, me and Joel. It's so funny. It's like the best thing to get into at the end of the day. Like after a shower, you get into these. We use like the softest material on the planet. So when you get into these after a shower, you just feel like that much more relaxed. It's like, I can't actually chill unless I got this on. It's like a big mental trigger to chill. It's so funny. We have all these guys that are like, what the fuck? I don't wear pajamas. Like that's the weirdest thing ever. And we're like, oh yeah. And then they buy them just like support. And they go, dude, I can't get out of them. I love them. And we're like, yeah, that's the point. It's funny. It's one of those things where once you try it, you're like hooked. So if you haven't tried them yet, this is your sign to try them. Link is below. And I'm not even just saying that, like this will make your life better, 100%. Anyway, we're doing fish. I already fucking said it, that's 16.
Fish.
Some of the veggies from earlier today that I chopped up. It's a little bro tip. Prep all your veggies like you work in a restaurant. And you'll get all these. And then you can just pan fry them or even whack them straight in the microwave if you're just a savage. So the way we're gonna cook this is air fry the meat, the fish. Can you call fish meat? Surely. I air fry my meat. Air fry meat, whack it in. I just got like 3 pieces because they were pissy. And these ones are lean. See that? That's a lean barracuda. The ones that are not lean, that are like a little bit fatty, are the ones that are in a salmon shape. The kind of fatter, thicker ones. They have like a fatty tail and they are so good. I reckon these ones are shit, but I mean, I'll do them. I'm just gonna cook all these because then I can always have just leftovers. Probably end up having around 200 grams of fish cooked. A bit of oil. As Jamie Oliver says, little bit of fucking salt. Salt. I've leveled up to the electric salter. I invented it actually. Put a couple batteries in a regular salt shaker and you got a electric salt shaker. Actually, Jamie Oliver's electric salt shaker would actually sound like this.
So, motherfucking so, bitch, so.
A little bit of lemon pepper.
Also, I don't know why there's fucking fabric softener on the bench. I wasn't cooking with it, I swear.
Just goes well. Just goes well on fish. Now, I have my own method of dieting, like I kind of said earlier, where some days it's higher calories, some days it's lower calories. I think like when you're starting out and you haven't gotten absolutely shredded multiple times and just, yeah, kind of getting into this and maybe you haven't got lean before, it's really essential to track your calories and be quite relatively strict with it because you need to understand how it works, the process and like what happens. But the more you get into it, you don't need to be mega strict. Like I have like really advanced people going to me all the time, oh, what are your calories at? Well, today I ate 2,000, but yesterday I ate 1,900 and the day before that I ate 1,800 and tomorrow I might eat 2,100. Like it doesn't matter because unless I was tracking my average throughout the week or 2 weeks, which I can tell you right now, it's about 2,000 because there's days where I go higher, there's days where I go lower. And I think having that flexibility in there is really good for me in my mind at least, because I don't want to have to be constantly feeling like I'm restricted day in, day out. I'd rather have days where I literally undereat because I'm not hungry and maybe I'm having fish instead of like a red meat. Whereas the extra mental effort of me going, oh my God, I've got to eat more calories tonight because I've got to get them in. It's like, fucking who cares if you're not hungry, like, well, you're having less carbs at night one time. It's like, it doesn't really matter that much, in my opinion at least. And for me, it doesn't matter at all. I couldn't care less because I'm pretty consistent with things. And being consistent doesn't mean just like being meticulous day in, day out until you fall off the wagon and then fucking stop. Being consistent is actually the long haul. So am I consistently sticking to my diet over like the 8 weeks or longer or like the 4 months or whatever? And it's, yeah, I am. I'm not going all in perfection 100% and then falling off and then going, oh, I fell off the wagon. Like I don't fall off the wagon because my wagon's very easy to stay on. It's got handles and shit. It's like one on the buses when you got those things. Like that's my wagon. So it might look weird. Like this looks weird as shit, but it's easy to stay on. That's the point. It's a metaphor for you guys. Truth bomb. You know, I bet if I said that in Jason Statham's voice, it would actually sound cool. You know, what's a wagon? And this my wagon. It's got handles. It's got a little pole up here. And every now and then, you gotta get off the wagon. Then you guys will be like, oh, that's boss. Anyway, that's my little rant. That's just like, for you guys out there going like, oh my God, but how many calories exactly? How do you do this? It's like, you don't need to care that much. You know, when you know your body, when you know what happens in the dieting process, you don't need to worry about the tiny little things, unless you're like wanting to be a competitive bodybuilder, in which case, yeah, absolutely. But if you just want to get shredded, you can do it a lot of different ways, right? Anyway, I'm gonna do the same as I did for lunch, pan fry these veggies, got the rice cooking, barrel in the air fryer. I'm gonna show you guys the end result. Tell you what, lucky I was working because this guy was watching the food the whole time, and it's been ages. Thank you. You can plate it up. It was very salty. I wonder why. Motherfucking show. See, Barra has this like really soft, kind of buttery texture, I reckon. When you mash it up with rice, it's just like really good, and it's a lean fish. So this is diet friendly and it's just delicious. So I'm gonna go chill, eat this, and then I'll have my last meal, which is just a little bit of yogurt. Just to see my strategy, this is how I go about it. I do fasting, kind of eat when I'm hungry. I eat kind of what I like. Like, I'm not really restricting myself. I mean, this is what I like to eat. I think you get used to whatever food you like to eat. If you have ice cream every night, you'll feel deprived without it. But if you have like the bowl of yogurt that you guys just saw, that I'm having most nights or every night, that feels like a treat to me. Sometimes I just don't have it. So kind of like, I think it's always better to get the healthier habits with just eating the better foods and getting used to eating better foods, as opposed to like trying to fit every piece of junk in your diet. But each to their own. Some people like to do that and they get great results, and you know, fair play. I don't really mind, don't care. But that is it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. What am I gonna leave you with? 1, if you wanna come to Bali, the form is below. 2, if you want some slouch, link is below. 3, more plugs. If you want EHP Labs, Zac10, link below. 4, may as well plug Gymshark. I don't think you saw him in this video too much, but code Zac, and that's it. All plugs are done. They're all exhausted. You guys know what to do. Stay massive.